Alright guys, it kind of dawned on me the two videos I've posted of this Regal is for just the subscriber guys at the YouTube channel. You don't really know why or what the reason of this car even being here is. Everybody at the G-Body forum, they know because I went through in a build thread and told everything about it. So anyway, if you've seen the video of my Buick Century turbo car, the VIN plate's half rusted away, so I can't license the car. I'd gathered all kinds of parts for the car, lots of new stuff, and so now I don't have any use for it. A lot of the stuff interchanges 78 to 80, actually 81 to 87 too, but anyway, I decided I would try to find a 78 to 80 Regal because my very first car my dad bought me was a 79 Buick Regal Limited. So I decided I would just recreate my high school car with a twist. So that's the reason that this car is here. I'll eventually, I'm not going to tear it apart and paint it right now. Right now I just plan on putting it together, getting it running and driving in it, using it for a work car for a little bit better fuel mileage than what my truck's getting. I'm going to use the turbo V6 engine out of the Century in here. I'm going to rebuild it, put it in there. And I got a Monte Carlo SS 204R and a 373 posi rear that's going in it. I think the gears are going to be a little bit too steep, especially for me wanting fuel mileage. But I don't care about quarter mile stuff, but I would like stoplight stuff to be kind of fun. So I think that's what will help with that. But anyway, so that's the reason the car is here. It's the reason why I'm messing with it. I plan on just kind of putting it together just like it is, and whatever color front fenders I find at a salvage, that's what color it's going to be for a while. And I'm going to drive it like that because I don't care. It'll be a roadkill style, But anyway, that's the plan. My original 79 Regal was the chestnut brown metallic, and it had the tan vinyl Landau top on it. I had chrome 14-inch Buick Rallies on it, and it had the bench seat. It had power, everything. It was a V8 car. I think it was a 307 maybe, or 301. I don't remember. But anyway, I ended up trading that car off a year later for an 81 Buick Regal. And I kind of always missed my first car, so I knew eventually that one day I would build one like my first car. So anyway, here we are, 2018. That's what the plan is. Now in the future, after I get my 55 done, if I ever get it done, I'll tear this apart and fully restore it really nice. Take it off the frame, have the frame blasted, and do it really, really nice. But for now, it's just going to get put together and used. So that is the plan. I'm replacing the chassis under it with the 87 Monte Carlo chassis, mainly because I need the pad on the chassis for the 204 factory cross member. I realize I could cut that out and weld it in this chassis, but the rear frame rails are rusted on this, and either way the chassis would have to come out from under the cars for me to get in there to cut and weld, so I'm just going to swap them out, be 10 times faster. Plus that already has the 373 rear end posi unit on it, and I'm using, so it's just going to be quicker. So anyway, the plan I was supposed to work on this week, guy's 69 Chevy full-size truck. He keeps giving me the runaround. So I basically told him this morning that if it wasn't here by noon, I'm not working on it. I'm just tired of messing with him. He keeps putting me off. I don't know if he's changed his mind, or I don't know what the deal is, but if I'm not working on his truck, I'm just going to work on my car, so I really don't give a shit. It's a win-win either way for me. I would have liked to have had the $45 an hour labor to work on that truck, but anyway, hopefully he does bring it because I could use the money to buy the fenders and stuff for this car. But so anyway, by this weekend, by Sunday night, I want that chassis out from under that Monte Carlo under this car and bolted down. So I'm going to fully rebuild all the suspension on the car and all new brakes and everything. So I don't think that's too far out of the realm to do, and I'm pretty sure I can do it. Here's some of my stuff I have here. I have some drilled and slotted rotors. I have reman calipers. That U-joint was actually in the trunk of that Regal, so I'll use it. I think I have another one over there new in the box, just one, so now I have a pair. Rear brake shoes. I've got wheel cylinders for the back, and now these shocks were actually on my El Camino, and I ended up putting air shocks on it. Because every time I loaded stuff in the back, it would just squat it like hell, so I ended up putting air shocks and took these off. So these, they were on the car for a little while, but they weren't on there real long time. They still work. They're still good, so I'm going to use them. These were actually on a 56 Bel Air I used to have that I drove. and they're adjustable, three-way adjustable. You push the deal in and click it to make it, you know, softer or firmer, and they'll pretty much work in a G body, so I'm going to use those. So it'll end up working out pretty good. But anyway, I got ball joints and pretty much everything here. The only thing that I've just found out that I don't have is A-arm bushings, and I thought I bought them, so I guess I need to go down and get those. But also got some Russell stainless brake hoses that I'll be putting on it as well. Now I have brand new tires, raised white letters. I had actually put them on the Monte Carlo SS factory aluminum wheels. And when I sold the Monte Carlos, I got to keep the tires, but the guy needs the rims, so I'm going to take them down. It's probably going to be next week or the week after before I can afford it, but I'm going to have the rims, the tires dismounted and put them on my 86, 87 Chrome Grand National wheels. Those will be going on here. So anyway, that is the plan. This car is going to get, you know, everything that I bought for the Century is going on this car. The turbo V6, that Century 81 Century four-door dash I'm putting in here because it's nice. This one was cracked. So anyway, it'll be a full instrument dash with the clock and everything, and it even has the little turbo gauge. I want all the factory gauges to work, so all that'll be in there. I've also got the Grand National steering wheel that I'll be putting in there, and I've got the Monte Carlo SS buckets that are the low back, you know, newer than what this is supposed to have. This has the high backs, which I do have a pair of those in my shed, but I'd rather have the low back. I haven't looked yet. They make the reproduction seat cover set for Grand National in black and gray, which is what I was going to do with the Century. But for this car, I want a tan interior, so I'm going to have to go in there and look. And hopefully they make reproduction seat cover set in just tan, like a Turbo T would have had. But my main thing is I really want a Power 6 logo on that headrest. I think that'll be, you know, pretty neat detail thing for me. But so anyway, this is basically going to end up looking like, it'll basically be a Sport Coupe Regal turbocharged. I've got the hood and everything. So anyway, that's pretty much what's going on, guys. I'm going to drive it for a while with purple and whatever color front pieces are, and I really don't give a shit. You know, it's just, I don't care. But it is going to be a little while. It's going to take a while. But, you know, for now, you know, I don't really have a lot of money right now, so I'm going to do what I can, which is basically rebuild all the suspension and chassis and brakes and shocks and all that crap, and get it bolted under the car. And the engine I need to take to a machine shop. I'm going to have new cam bearings and freeze plugs, have it vatted, you know. I do have to buy an Edelbrock cam kit, and I've already bought a timing chain and all the gaskets and stuff, but I also need to buy rings and bearings set. The crankshaft looks really, really nice. Cylinder walls look really, really nice, so I'm just going to have it honed. I actually probably hone it myself to save some money. And I'll probably polish the crank myself. And so anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Just overhaul the engine, basically. It'll be a stock quadrajet draw-through turbo system, just like off the 79 Century, with the exception of 8445 heads to help it flow a little better. And the Edelbrock cam, it'll probably be quite a bit better than what the stock 79 camshaft was. But anyway, between that stuff and the 373 gear and the overdrive transit, you know, I'm not looking for a quarter-mile race car at all. I'm more or less looking for a stock original style car that maybe run a little bit better. I think they run like mid to high 17 stock, so this thing ought to probably, I'm going to say it'd probably run some, I don't know, high 15s maybe with all the other stuff I'm changing. I don't think that's too crazy of a number. But, you know, as far as stoplights, if somebody, you know, revs up at me or something, it's on, you know. I think it'd probably do all right at a stoplight if that turbo spools fast. I think these cars are known for have mega turbo lag, so I may have to see. You know, I'm pretty green on the draw-through stuff, so I'll have to learn about it. I'm not afraid to learn about it. Hell, it's an engine. I can make it run, so see what they do about turbo lag. I know the 83 turbo is a little bit better for faster spooling, and I do have that turbo, so if it'll bolt on there, I'll just use it. But I really don't want to put, you know, all kinds of high-performance hot rod crap on it and then kill my fuel mileage and kill the reliability. I want the car pretty much just like you'd see it off the showroom floor. The future plan, after the 55's done, I'm going to paint this car if you've seen the new Dodge Ram full-size pickups, they have like a candy-colored brown. It's real pretty in the sunlight. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a brown guy at all, but my first car was brown, so that's why I'm doing it. But I'll paint it that Dodge Ram. I'm sure it's a tri-coat color. So I'll put that on here. And I'm not going to do a vinyl top. I'm not a big, huge vinyl top guy. If this car would have had one, I would have had it redone in the tan. But since it's a non-vinyl top car, I'm going to two-tone it like they two-toned these from the factory. But I'll have a tan color. I'll see if I can find a modern paint that's a tan with a pearl in it or metallic. But anyway, they two-tone them right here on this body line, all the way up and straight over the roof. So like this part will be the, the brown, and then this will be the tan. But this is all two-tone above the body line, and the hood and everything up here will be the tan. So it's like the whole upper section, 3/4 of it will be tan. Anyway, that's what I'll do. I'm going to put all the original emblems back on it. I even have a Sport Coupe emblem that I'll put on the trunk. I'll keep the Buick emblem. And the turbo 3.8 liter emblem that goes on the hood bulge, I'll put it on there. I just want it to pretty much look stock. The Grand National wheels I think will be a pretty nice upgrade for the car. They are chrome, so I think that's kind of nice. The center caps, I got lucky on the center caps. They're a really nice shape, and somebody had put decals over the original Power 6 logo in them. And when I removed them, the Power 6 logos looked like I just put those badges in there. They look brand spanking new, so it basically protected them. I do need to respray the black inlays on the wheels, but the chrome cleaned up really nice on the wheels, so it'll look great. I bought a full set of Grand National lug nuts, because they're pretty specific for those center caps. But anyway, that's the plan, guys. Everything I bought for the Century is going on this car. This is the new Buick for me, and eventually it'll end up getting taken off the frame and the frame blasted and done up really, really nice. But anyway, that's the plan.